Hello there. I finished my quilt. Welcome back to my Interdisciplinary art studio. I'm going to share with you what I have gotten up to in the studio all through fall as well as in the start of winter as I finish up all of my interdisciplinary projects as the year comes to a close. I'll also share a bit of what's coming next in the form of project diaries and future videos and projects. Let's do it. My practice is rooted in sustainability, and that goes for the paints that I make from stones to how I source my thread, that I natural dye things, that I build all my own stretcher bars, to even what I wear in the studio. I've been working on my artist workwear wardrobe, and that is always starting with what do I already own and how can I modify and make the most of what's already there. I modified this sweatshirt that my husband donated to the cause. Added a little patch. These pants, you can probably tell I have darned them many a time. As many of us millennials have had to accept. The youths, they are right. We look stupid in skinny jeans. At least I do. Maybe you look super sexy. On me, not super cute. They're just like not comfortable. I don't know what I was thinking. I have like 3 pairs of skinny jeans. Never gonna wear these again. This is my first attempt to transform skinny jeans into just like boot cut. And I think they came out so good and I'm so proud of myself. So I also want to show you some other garments. And as today is a little warmer, let's get suited up and walk over to the Maker's Nook. 2 other things I made. My mother-in-law gave me this really beautiful, it's almost like a throw, and it was wider than this, and I didn't need it to be that wide, so I cut a whole strip off of it. I finished the edge. I used what I cut off to make this little hat. I made one for my friend too. I hope she likes it. I'm giving it to her today. So warm. This is my painting jacket that I made from all past painting clothes. Put all those scraps together. I just added these beautiful wooden buttons, hand sewn buttonholes. Let's go. I'm excited in the new year to continue to share sustainable garment ideas and techniques and how to take what you already own and modify it into something that really expresses your creative voice, is better for the earth as well. Commissions are now reopened to make your dream quilted jacket or vest. I created a quilted jacket questionnaire where you're able to tell me what colors, design, fit, closure, quilting style, if you want some embroidery, if you want it to be natural dyed, exactly what you're looking for in your price range. The form is in the link below. I also added buttons to this vest that I made right around this time last year. This is reversible. They're both reversible. This is so great for the winter because I modified it from a jacket pattern, the same pattern that I did for this jacket. You can layer tons of stuff under it. Take my hat off. So I made the skirt back when I first started sewing. The fit wasn't that cute, but I loved the linen fabric, so I gutted the whole thing and I ended up making... Did not design this to go over a sweater. I actually gutted the hooks and eyes that I had originally used on this vest. So I even reused the hardware. This looks much better when it's not over a sweater. I love this little vest. It's so cute and playful and it goes with so many things. I made, I think 8 or 9 pieces for full Hobbit costumes for Dan and I, but I had made this vest from kind of a scrap. And then, so I had made this vest previously. It's the same fabric and it's lined. So cute. But I had never been able to like close it the right way. I couldn't figure out the closure. And so I added this little cinching mechanism and it fits perfect. It looks cute. I ended up adding thread to accentuate all of the different patchworked pieces that were added to this piece. Well, let's go back to the painting studio. Let's do it. Let's start with the smaller paintings. I'll just put it up here. So the Fates, it's got collage and it is on a wooden panel and some oil sticks. Then another 4 a.m. surprise. So this piece I actually had in a show at the Seidel House, and then I actually ended up reworking it a bit. I reworked both of those pieces to flow more cohesively into one another. Scrappy doos. Each season I make a small collection of paintings on paper. I made these with my earth pigments. I made some grayscale paints to make these studies, and I reworked that piece as well. I added a little collection of original works as well as some prints of some large-scale paintings to my winter shop update, all available in the shop on my website. Oh, we did make the paint cart. There's a video on kind of the making of this. This is like the biggest thing that's happened in the studio, home reno-wise. A big part of my process is making all my own paints from hand-ground earth pigments. So I went ahead and made tons of different paints to be able to create the paintings in my current series of work. Now we can take a look at the paintings that I've made since making a bunch of more earth pigment oil paints. So all of which are straight from the earth, from direct observation, and are, made directly with the earth. Let's start with our Forever. I just finished this piece. If you'd like to see how I actually completed this oil painting and learn some tips on how to work through that final layer, that final last brush strokes, you can check out this video. All right, these two are my current works in progress that I'm gonna be working on after we are done chatting, you and I. Working title, Unseen Tales 2. I have a thing for stumps and painting them life size or larger. So this stump is just a few paces away on this trail that's right next to our house. So I go visit this stump, and it's really honestly helping me to make sure to get outside even when it's really, really cold, because it's gotten very cold, very quick here in Maine. Working title, Future Views. So this is out of the window in our current garage. That space will eventually, one day in the distant future, become my mega awesome painting studio. In the looking ahead of that space and kind of dreaming about that space, I know that this window will be a future view that I'll have when that's my studio. Kind of manifesting, that is gonna be a reality. I see as kind of putting the energy and love into this painting. So this is a wooden panel that I reinvigorated from an old piece that I had made 13 or 14 years ago. Really nice to be able to rework on the same surface. I've since worked on Unseen Tales 2 and Future Views. I feel like quite naturally the fall and the winter are when I really sink my teeth into longer term projects. The next two pieces I'm going to show you are the two pieces that I spent the most time and energy creating, well over 100 hours. This painting, Learning to Rest. We have this lovely space for hopefully the viewer to enter, and it's such a open, large piece that has a lot of depth into it in terms of detail, and my hope is that when someone stands in front of this, that it really holds space for them to kind of feel what they need to feel. This piece was a really intense process for me as I live with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and have been dealing with some really intense health stuff the past couple of years acutely, having to kind of slow down my pace of life and treat my body with a lot of respect and kind of learn how to reset my nervous system. Honor that just because my body is different and has different needs, that's not a bad thing. Surrender. Painting really teaches me and holds space for me to learn as slowly as I need to. I have to make large work. Like, large work makes me feel empowered and makes me feel like my body is good enough to do something. Then fibers are what let me slow down and be intimate with materials and have them be small and get really intricate into that. And it really just is a tool to help me slow down. Painting large also helps me slow down because it's, 100, I think this is probably like 110 hours. The second piece that took me the majority of this time was such a labor of love. So this piece is in conversation with the painting that I just finished, as well as this quilt behind me. So I thought it was made by my Nana because I was going by my memory of like a 5-year-old. It was actually not my great-grandmother. It was my great-grandmother. So it goes my mom, then it goes Meme, then it goes Nana, and then it goes Meme again. I've been thinking so much about the lineage of fibers and the beauty and the energy that fibers hold, and all of that is intertwined with these works. Another longer term project, the butterfly embroidery that I finished. I'm so proud of this. I'm so happy with how it came out. Sharing the magic of
butterflies I've observed and those that I would love to observe.
Very magical. So happy. You just go back. Right there, cutie pie. This is a work in progress. The working title of this is Leaf Pile Fall Cloak. Okay, so I've added applique, I'm adding embroidery, and I'm actually felting the wool directly into it because this is wool. I just thought, why not? That actually perfectly transitions us to my sketchbook. Yeah, you. Thinking about the leaf pile, diving into that phase of autumn where there's kind of the remnants of summer, and then it's this transitionary time where there's like lots of freshly fallen leaves that have come down. I have been filling in a new sketchbook, a sketch of this like mound that's really, really cool. And I've been subsequently getting more shots of it. Honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is basically like combine all three of these. If you would like a deep dive and a full sketchbook reveal, painting and drawing sketchbook, and my fiber sketchbook, I have both of those videos as exclusive Patreon videos.
And another is how to create an inspiration journal to cultivate creativity.
I think it's so helpful to have seasonal goals and to create your own deadlines. And my biggest reason for making this video, to inspire and get you excited to make, truly it helped me so much to actually wrap up my bigger projects because I knew I wanted to share all these things. I really wanted to start the new year with a clean slate and be able to say, hey, I finished all these major projects, and any projects that weren't done, know where they were heading and how I wanted to complete them. If you want to see other seasonal updates of what I do in the studio, you can watch these two other videos. I'm definitely going to continue to do that in the year ahead. My January video for Patreon is going to be sharing how I plan for a year of making. So specifically getting deep into the 2 gallery shows that I already have scheduled. I've been kind of putting together the vibe of what that showcase is going to be. Thanks so much for hanging out in the studio with me. I hope this was inspiring and cozy and you got excited to make sustainable artwork across the disciplines. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your year. I'll see you later. Bye. I wrote everything down because I would not be able to remember it all. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hello. And there goes the house noises. Just vibe. So annoying. How about everybody drives by really loud? That'd be great. Thank you so much for your service, sir. Oh, no. Working title. Oh, hello. Hi, friends. How's it going? What are we doing? We are painting a stump. What else is new? I'm your friendly, interdisciplinary painting pal. I hope that intro made sense. Whatever. Also, how cute is this mug? It's really dark over here. Can you figure it out, camera? Good job. That's too warm. We got to cool you down. You and me, buckaroo. La la la, la 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 la. I feel like every guy I see in tight jeans, I'm just like, I'm still here for it. I can't help it. My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy angst are still so deep inside of me. Not that deep. They're just right there. I love skinny jeans. I can't help it. But you're a cool sweetie pie.